Hi guys, welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm E,
I'm D.
and today we're going to talk about things across the pond. So I know we miss our Queen Elizabeth, and I say our, and I'm in the States, clearly. It's not my queen. But I really loved her. And I was devastated when she passed. But this article is circulating, and I thought it would be interesting to discuss. And it says Queen Elizabeth was enraged after Meghan Markle, y'all guys' friend, and Prince Harry claimed she approved Lilibet's name.
Oh,
Hmm. Yeah,
okay.
you're a little bit of Markle. Let's see.
Listen, Linda, and let me just throw this out there because we always get this same sort of comment. Like, we, as people who are not of the realm, do enjoy the royal family to an extent. And
Yeah.
we're allowed to have opinions, so chill out. Like, we know we're not from the UK. We know that's not our queen, technically, but you could have a queen of your heart if you want. Like, so, pipe down. Anyway, according to page 6, Queen Elizabeth II was allegedly furious with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle after they claimed to have received her blessing for their daughter Lilibet's name. A royal aide claims in the forthcoming biography, Charles III, New King, New Court, The Inside Story, that the late monarch was as angry as I'd ever seen her after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex publicly stated they received approval to use her childhood moniker for their second child. Reps for the couple did not immediately respond to page 6 requests for comment. The new revelation comes more than 2 years after a palace insider told the BBC that Queen Elizabeth, who passed away in September 2022, was never asked her opinion on Lilibet's naming before the little one's birth in June of 2021. Palace source tells BBC that the Queen was not asked by Meghan and Harry over the use of her childhood nickname. Reports suggest Harry had sought permission from Queen to call newborn Lilibet, but Palace source says the Queen was never asked. Well, BBC royal correspondent Johnny Diamond tweeted at the time. However, royal sources confirmed to page 6 that Harry 39 did call and spoke to his grandmother after Markle 42 gave birth at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital. Though another insider added, it will have likely been a call saying that she's arrived and we'd plan to name her after you. It's not really something one can say no to. I doubt they asked, more like informed. The Sussexes announced their baby girl's arrival in a statement, writing, "She is more than we could have ever imagined, and we remain grateful for the love and prayers we felt from across the globe. Thank you for your continued kindness and support during this very special time for our family." They added, Lily is named after her great-grandmother, Her Majesty the Queen, whose family nickname is Lilibet. Her middle name, Diana, was chosen to honor her beloved late grandmother, the Princess of Wales. Notably, Buckingham Palace celebrated Lily's birthdays last or later in a statement on behalf of the royal family. So, all right. I mean, I have some thoughts, but I'm gonna just go ahead and keep quiet. But to end, the Queen, the Princess of Wales, and the Duchess of Cornwall and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have been informed and are delighted with the news of the birth of a daughter for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, a spokesperson said. Prince William and Kate Middleton added in a tweet, "We are delighted by the happy news of the arrival of baby Lily. Congratulations, Harry, Meghan, and Archie." In addition to Lilibet Diana, now too, Harry and Meghan are also parents to son Archie, who is 4 and was born May 2019. Okay, so you go ahead.
I think it's an outrage. Listen, right? So for us mere mortals, if I name my future daughter Victoria from after my great grandma, it's an honor, right? But we're
Right.
talking about the realm here. Like Queen Elizabeth, how long did she reign for? 70 years?
70 plus, I think.
70 plus years. I
Mhm.
would think that there's some kind of protocols with name and stuff. And if that name was so, like that nickname was so near and dear to, her heart, I don't
Mhm.
know. I feel some kind of way that, what is he? My grandson just snatched the name. And, if he was like so disgruntled on top of that, like, why are you naming Lilibeth the name? Like Why? It doesn't make any sense to me.
He
I
was not
think,
disgruntled with his grandmother.
well,
He
with the
was
whole establishment.
there.
With
Yeah, but never his grandmother.
Okay, fine. Megan was then.
Meghan had no issues with the queen. There's been
Oh
no
my
reports of
gosh,
issues
here we
with her.
go. The Megan lover. The
It's
Megan lover.
not a Meghan lover. I will say this the same way I've said it in my other videos. I
Uh-huh.
just think that
Hmm.
people always target her because it's the easiest thing to do. Like it's just let me go ahead and blame the woman for the actions of the man. Yeah, that's the best thing we can possibly come up with. Like I've told you before, I don't think that she's like the best person in the world. I don't even think she's the nicest person in the world. But she's a regular person who happened to fall in love with this guy that, is a part of a big famous family. And she's crucified for it. Like literally the girl can do no she could solve cancer and people would still find a problem with it. Why did she come up with it sooner? Why did it
Well,
take her so long? Like there will always be a problem. Always, no matter what she does. So here's the thing.
uh-huh.
If they didn't ask for her permission, that sucks because obviously Harry has or had a very close relationship with his grandmother. So yeah, that would suck. But at the same time, Lilibet is a nickname. That wasn't her royal name. She's known as Queen Elizabeth II. There's no chance whatsoever anyone in the entire world would ever confuse baby Lilibet with Queen Elizabeth.
Well,
Like,
I don't think it's about confusion. I think it's just the term of endearment, let's say, that Prince Philip used to call Queen Elizabeth. And we don't know the what it actually means to them. And then you're just gonna go snatch my one true like loving nickname.
was it a snatch? Like, is this trademarked? Are we like registering names as like we can't touch a name? How what we have King Charles the Third. What happened to Charles One and Two?
Well, they were the
Queen
daddy and
Elizabeth.
the daddy.
Except that's not the case. His daddy's name is Prince Philip.
Guess say yo, man. I don't know. Oh, that is right. He is Chris Philip. And I just mentioned him too. You know, see, but that's I have nothing. I just
Wow.
don't think it should have been taken.
Wow.
I,
Listen, like out of respect, I
uh-huh.
think if we want to go in that direction, if we want to make that argument out
Yeah.
of respect, yeah, definitely ask if it's something that like could have upset her, you know? But Queen Elizabeth, obviously, her biggest role was as the queen, but she was also a grandmother and a great grandmother. I
Uh-huh.
don't see why it would bother her that her great grandchild has a name similar to hers or is the same as hers or whatever. Like most of the time in millions and billions of families across the freaking world, you have juniors, you have the third, the fourth. Like why this is made into like such a big deal. Like I don't if Prince William had named Charlotte Lilibet, would that have been like the worst thing possible if he hadn't asked for her permission? Would people be up in arms that she was like furious? No, it's only because it's Harry and Meghan. That's the only
Mhm.
reason. And if Harry and Meghan were still a part of the royal family, there'd be no problem. There'd be no problem. It's
You're
only
right.
because of the fact that they're not there. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's nonsensical that people continue to make an issue out of nothing because they want to paint this picture of Harry and Meghan as being these evil, vindictive, vile creatures that have destroyed the royal family. As far as I know, they're still making billions of pounds a year. So how are they destroyed? They're still raking in taxpayer money. How are they
Mhm.
destroyed? They just had an extravagant coronation like what 6 7 months ago. They're fine. I don't think they're missing them. Like, I think they're doing pretty well without them. Why everybody else is still so pressed? It's kind of like people need to get a life.
I don't think she should have been named that. And that's the end of my story. Because I don't know, I just don't understand. All right, fine. He didn't have a problem with his grandmother, that's fine. But he already bashed the whole family. Like, I just don't understand how you want to be far removed and be within the family at the same time. Like, if I don't want to be near somebody, I don't want to name them after a person. Like, I don't
But
want to
again,
know they
he didn't
exist.
have an issue with Queen Elizabeth. That's the thing. The issue was never with his grandmother.
No, no. It has to be all or nothing with me.
So
Like,
then
I don't.
he should not have named her Diana either. Diana was part of the royal family.
I kind of have a problem with that too.
What? That
I,
was his mother.
well, I don't
And
know.
I
I
feel
don't.
like one of her
You
names
have
is
to
Diana.
accept me for who I am, okay?
Look this up. What is Charlotte's full name? Because I believe Charlotte even has Diana in her name, and there's
I don't think so.
nobody who is upset about her having Diana
We're
as
gonna
a name.
we're gonna
I know
check it
she
out.
has like a long name. Yeah, Charlotte Elizabeth Diana. She was literally named after her grandmother and her no, her grandmother and her great grandmother. What is the difference between this and Lilibet Diana? She's not called. They didn't call her Elizabeth. They didn't call her Elizabeth Diana. Lilibet Diana. This
Her
is
name is Charlotte.
literally
Though.
Elizabeth Diana.
Her name is Charlotte.
Yes, but people could easily be like, well, maybe they're calling her Elizabeth, or maybe they're calling her Lily, or maybe they're calling her Diana, or whatever. Like,
No.
and on top of that, Queen Elizabeth's nickname fully Lilibet. They call Prince Harry and Meghan Markle their daughter Lily. They don't call her
Mhm.
Lilibet. That is her full name. They don't call her that. She has her own nickname. Where's the drama? Where is the like? I feel like literally people are just nitpicking. At, this is a baby. I think she's what, 2 or gonna be 2?
Two.
Yeah, she's a baby. Why people have an issue with her is beyond me. I don't know what baby has ever caused so much trouble. Like, when she's done nothing but be born. That's it. And people have a problem with it. Oh my god, it's the end of the world because she's named similar like her cousin is named after her grandmother and her great grandmother.
I never said I was rational, okay? I just gotta add that.
Okay, we're
You
done here. We're
uh
You're entirely correct. You are entirely. We are done because that
this
is
is why
exactly
we agree to disagree.
what it is for most people. No rationality.
Whatever. I'm looking up something. Hold on.
I literally don't understand how we are in 2024 and people are still having an issue with that family. Like, why do people care?
with Megan and Harry.
They're family. They're separate now. Why people still care? It
I don't know.
this
This is what's coming up. I don't know if it's a new thing.
this is what to me I always find so fascinating about society as a whole.
Hmm.
They'll hate on somebody so much, but will consume every kind of detail about these people that they can possibly get their hands on. If you don't like somebody, why do you care to read anything about them?
We do it all the time. What are you talking about?
I don't read stuff about people I don't like.
What? I gotta know.
No, I'm good.
We
Nope.
do. We get annoyed with the housewives and
Yeah,
with
but
the
that's a whole
Kardashians.
show. We watch the whole show. We're literally watching the whole thing. So it's like, we come across information. But like, let's say, for example, I don't like a certain politician. I don't look up any information about him, nor do I read stuff about him. I'm just saying. If people don't like the Sussexes or whatever the hell their names are, then
Hmm.
stop consuming any information related to them. It feels like people are like in this hamster wheel and just kind of like going in circles and circles and circles. Like, get out of the loop, bro. Like, just get out.
I don't understand why they still are on the spotlight though. That
Because they provide clicks. The hatred that people have for them is so deep that they will hate watch, they will hate read, they will hate share all the information that can possibly be conjured, because a lot of the time it's fabricated stuff. Like, there was a journalist, I want to say it was a British journalist, I don't remember the publication, but she
Mhm.
stated how she wrote a semi decent, like, fluff piece on Meghan a few years ago. Got not, some traffic, but nothing crazy. The moment she wrote anything negative about her, her traffic doubled, triple, quadruple. Like, it was insane the amount of traffic she got because she wrote something negative about Megan. But when she wrote something positive,
Mhm.
cricket, crickets. So literally, people are really resorting to get journalists are resorting to conjuring stuff up, making stuff up, or blowing something out of proportion because they get views, they get clicks, they get whatever off of hatred against them. Like, think about it, the royal family themselves, without Harry and Meghan, they don't make much news. Nobody's really caring. Nobody's really paying attention. But if it has any,
You pay attention to William and Kate.
I don't.
I do.
That's good for you. But I don't really care for anything about them, so I'm not looking or checking for them. But people, like, if I come across something on like a timeline or whatever, I'll briefly look at it, read it, whatever. If it's interesting, that's it, and keep it moving. But there are people who make it their mission to just like hate read, hate watch, hate whatever, hate share, all this stuff related to them. That's why at the end of the day, Harry and Meghan are commercial. Capitalism, bro. Harry and Meghan sell. That is why they continue to
They're
put them
infamous.
yeah, so it doesn't even matter. Like, if they're not doing anything, it still becomes a thing. Like, there was a recent article about how they were trying to say that Megan showed up with cameras and all this stuff when the shooting happened in El Paso with the kids. Was it El Paso? It was somewhere here in Texas. The shooting with the kids at the elementary school. I remember she showed up. And so there was a recent thing that said she showed up with cameras and making demands and all these things. One of the parents of the children that was murdered during the mass shooting came out and said that is not the case. She did not show up with any cameras, and she talked to every single one she could talk to. She was very nice and very much like didn't want the attention on her. You know who did show up with cameras? Matthew McConaughey. Somebody else who tried to show up with cameras? The governor of Texas, Greg Abbott. But because he was denied no sé qué, he didn't show up. So it's like at the memorial, after this horrific mass shooting of elementary school students, these other people are showing up with cameras. Meghan
Mhm.
Markle didn't. But they had to put out an article because they have no more news on the girl. So they had to put out an article trying to bash her as someone seeking attention. And one of the parents who literally went through like a gut wrenching situation of losing their child came out to support her and to defend her because these people are writing lies for clicks. They're literally writing lies for money. They get, like ad views, all these clicks, all these different like things that come, revenue, all of that because of the hate that they are hurling against her. That's why
Mhm.
it's like I don't care for Megan in that way. Like, I'm not a Megan fan, but I am gonna defend like the truth. And the truth has always been that, like, however ditzy she may be, however ignorant she may be about things, at the end of the day, there is a legit hate campaign against her. And people are purposefully choosing to not see it and not acknowledge it because it's to their benefit. Like, so the fact that that journalist literally like told told this truth, you're not gonna see that out anywhere. You're not gonna see that like being shared everywhere because that doesn't help to get views. That doesn't help to get clicks. So that's why
Mhm.
it's like I don't understand people's fascination with like hating people, in particular like them so much. Like it's kind of sick at this point. Anyway, I'm
I
done.
don't have a problem with Harry. I have a problem with Meghan. But that's another discussion for another day.
Jesus.
So you think the name is fine? I don't. This is one of those times where we disagree.
No, I mean I'm telling you, like I think out of respect, that argument, yeah, definitely they should have asked, just out of respect. If it was something that like meant something deeply to the family in certain ways. So yeah, like in that aspect, definitely out of respect, they should have asked. And it sucks if they didn't, but at the end of the day, it is just a name. So
The name that you'll live with for the rest of your life.
So will Charlotte.
And her name is Charlotte. It's not.
Yeah. So how do we know that that they're not calling her Elizabeth or Diana or something at home? They're not calling her Lily or I don't know.
I me. Okay. We're gonna agree to disagree. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah.
I don't even know the question. Should Lilibet be named Lilibet at this point? Like, should they have asked the queen for permission? Is it just a name? Who cares? I'm gonna call her what I want because it's my child. Exited out of my body. I'm gonna name her what I want. Let us know what you think. But that concludes today's episode. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our video. We're trying to grow our community so your friends can be our friends so we can all be friends. We also have social media, which Dee will tell you about.
We're on Instagram and TikTok at Hear Me Out, DNE. So make sure you guys like, follow, share, comment. We enjoy interacting with y'all.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.